Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre, and this is a review. Ah, yes, another review for a topic that I rarely talk about on my channel, which I should because of the fact that that is what part of my channel is about. And that is heavy metal, which of course I talk about video games 90% of the time. And when it really boils down to it, I need to get more into talking about pro wrestling and heavy metal. So I'm trying to find a balance. It's hard, but I try. But this is actually a review of a recent album that I picked up. Sadly, I don't have it physically because I honestly never heard of this band until I finally started to sit down and listen to some of their stuff. And to be quite honest, it's pretty badass. Apparently they've been around for a while, and to my surprise, they really kick ass. And that's a band called Spectral. And they kind of have a thrash slash death metal kind of sound to them. And their new album, I believe it's their new album. I know it's one of their albums, obviously, since it has their name on it. Is called Arctic Sunrise. And that was actually one of the first singles that I believe they put off on their album. And to be quite honest, that is one badass song, without a shadow of a doubt. The way that the guitars sound, the way that the drums sound, all throughout the entire album, I love everything about it. I love every single song. To me, it has its own unique sound to it, and it sounds really awesome. It was definitely well worth the money, without a shadow of a doubt. And maybe someday, if I find it around the same price that not the same price that I got it for, but cheaper, I may actually end up picking up the physical version, because I'm that kind of person where of course, when it comes to me in games, I love physical versions, but the fact is when it comes to albums, you never really know. I know it's strange, because sometimes when you pick up a game, you never really know if you'll like it or not, especially if you haven't heard a lot on it or heard a lot about it. But an album, you can pretty much just breeze through within 30 minutes to an hour, I guess, depending on how long it actually is. But the fact is I'm really weird about stuff like that, because I at least know that I'm going to give the game physically more of a chance than I would a physical album. And even though, obviously, albums are a heck of a lot cheaper than games are, brand new, I went ahead and told myself, well, I may mainly be a digital guy when it comes to music, when it comes to just certain songs that I like. But if it's full-blown albums and I get them digitally, at some point maybe I'll get them physically, unless it's a band that I really like, that I've liked for a long time, then I would get their album physically. Like, say, Amon Amarth, for example, or 3 Inches of Blood, which they're disbanding, which is a terrible state of affairs because they were so badass. But anyways, and the way that their lyrical content is, it has a real like a sci-fi fantasy kind of feel in a ways, sort of. There's one particular song on there that I really like, and it's I know it's terrible to say, but it is an awesome song. Out of all the songs I like on there, this is probably my favorite one. It's called Fuck Off and Die. And basically what it's about is fuck off and die, heavy metal is forever, which is basically like a heavy metal anthem, if you will, because everybody disses on heavy metal a lot. I shouldn't say everybody. I know I'm saying that in a completely wrong context, and I apologize for that. But you know the kind of stigma that heavy metal gets from naysayers and other people like that. But yeah, it's really awesome. I love it without a shadow of a doubt. It's just crazy that that's my favorite song off the entire album. But there's I believe there's another song on there called Nuclear Assault, I believe, or Nuclear something, I think. But that has a really interesting sound to it, and the way it starts out, it sounds like there's a nuclear meltdown or something. So it has it seems like each story has a storyline to them. Each song has a storyline to them a bit. But overall, the way that the guitars sound is epic. I love how the vocalist sounds. The drums are amazing too. I'm not really musically inclined to go so deep into talking about instruments and things like that. I just go by what I hear. And honestly, it sounds extremely badass. But there's another one on there, I believe, that's called Path of the Damned, which is like a slow metal kind of feel, but it sounds really awesome. And then probably halfway through the song, or a little more than halfway through the song, it sounds like it just picks up like bam. It's just like right in your face. So there. Let's see. What are some other ones that I can think of off of there? Damn it. I forgot what the name of the song was, but it starts out sounding really medieval, and then all of a sudden it kicks into high gear with heavy metal, and oh my gosh, it sounds amazing. I'm sorry guys, I can't really think of all the song titles right now, but if you guys are looking for a new band to get into, definitely check them out. Their music is amazing, and it's actually made me want to go back to check out some of their older stuff, which I haven't done yet. But I'm definitely going to look into it to see how they sound. But yeah, they also seems like they also have a little bit of a Viking-esque feel, at least in some of the lyrics, or at least how it sounds, sort of. It's really hard for me to kind of place where the lyrics can really fall, except for what I mentioned to you guys. But yeah, definitely check it out if you guys are either looking for a new band to get into, or you've heard of Spectral before and wonder how their new album was. It's definitely worth looking into without a shadow of a doubt. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this lovely review because I'm trying to put more content on my channel and actually trying to get more of the other two things that I'm supposed to be talking about on my channel out there. So, anyways, I will talk at you lovely taters later. Later, taters. Yeah, that's right. I said that's right.